Hey, you guys, welcome to our AMA session. We still have like 1 minute to go. We're going to wait for everybody to join, but in any case, well, there are a lot of people, I think, coming. So like it's the end of June. Aren't you on vacation? By the way, you can leave like all of the comments and questions throughout this session in the chat box. You can refer to either just me or all of the participants. So yeah, just write down like how's everything going, maybe a little chat before we start with our updates for the past 2 months. Who doesn't know me yet, my name is Anastasia, and I'm the head of customer success here in NetHunt, and we are going to talk today about all of the updates that we've implemented in NetHunt just recently. We've sent out the newsletters, but also maybe you've missed it or you had some questions and you asked them beforehand. I'm going to answer them. And also, if you still have some questions, feel free. Okay, this is going to be it's not going to be like a super scrupulous like demo of all of the features, but I will make sure that you understand it. And if you have more questions, we can just schedule a call with, like you can schedule it with either me or my team members, the customer success team. And okay, so what time is it? It's like 5:01. Okay, I think we're ready to roll. Good. So let's start from the very beginning. It's going to be just like a demo of my demo account. I'm going to build this way. So we have major updates, right? Like big features. They're mainly concerned. They're related to the workflows, and also some minor updates that also can ease your life. Or there are sometimes like tiny things that you wish there were in the system. So, and maybe you haven't noticed them. So right now I will be able to answer your questions. Okay, so the very first ones, let's see what we have added to the workflows. I am sure that the majority of you guys are using the workflows. This is one of the biggest features in NetHunt to automate all of your processes. And I've created a few workflows, just to simplify them. So not to create it all in one. But again, the idea is that you can create only one workflow, adding up all of these new updates, new filters, new actions, new helpers, new triggers. Well, trigger can be only one. Right? Okay, so let's start with the first one. The first one is called, so you can see that there's also the name of the newly added feature. It's the filter by related records and workflows, and plus one condition, which is any off. So I'm going to show you how it is built. I'm not going to test it like right away here. You can do it later on, just to save up time. Just trust me, it works. Okay, so let's see this new feature. So let's say we have a trigger where you have a new record added. In my case, it will be deals. You can add it to other folders that you have. And then there is one condition. I'm going to do this like in the edit mode so I can choose something. So the step is to add a filter, right? This one. So when you click on the plus sign, you scroll down and you get to the filters like this, okay? And since my deal, my record has the reference to the company, so it is related to the company folder, I can make a filter where I need to check if the newly created, let me just, I'm going to show you two screens. I'm going just to duplicate it, okay. I'm going to show you the deal. Right, so we have like, let's say one deal added, manually or by another workflow or API call, whatever. So you have it appearing. And then this deal can also be already linked to a newly created or existent company record right over here. And this record on its own has the field industry, right? So what we can do, we can have the condition where we have a new deal added, and then we filter if this deal's company, yeah, has the industry field one of the following. So you do not choose only one value of the field, but you can also choose multiple. So for me, it's important, like, again, you can use any other field to filter by. I filter by industry. I choose if this company is related to technology or design industries. Then after this condition, if yes, I add an action which updates my newly created deal, the following field, the field manager, because let's say you just add a deal and the deal is not assigned to anyone. So this is the this is the task of the automation to assign this deal to the manager, one of the managers, or just the manager of the company, because the company itself also has the manager, right? Where is this? Or it doesn't. Oh yeah, it does. Over here. So there's a manager that does not exist in the system anymore. So you can, what I mean is that if you have to, like, if you have related records and you want to take the value, you want to assign one of the values of the related record, you can do this with this condition. So I hope that this is clear. If it's not clear, or you, for example, have other use cases, or you haven't even thought about them, if you work with, let's say, forms, right? You generate your leads in the forms. You work with the support tickets or anything else. So like basically what can be, yeah, so a person can submit a ticket either through the website or another tool that you're using that is connected to NetHunt, let's say, and then you can create not only the deal or opportunity, but also the support ticket. And then you can, let's say, if this ticket already contains something, yeah, like the, let's say the industry or the part of the, I don't know, the part of the zone of responsibility of any of your managers, you can kind of filter them by the related records and then make some updates. So something like that. Okay, the next one, number 2. Auto link in newly created records. So let's say again, you have a web form. It happens very often when you have a web form and already your existent client or the client, let's say, or the contact from the company that you're already working is submitting a form. Yeah, it can be either our form. Yeah, it's very generic. It can be either our form. And by the way, we also improved our forms. We added multiple choice, right? We added, yeah, I think we only added a multiple choice. So you can just refer these values to the record and assign them as tags. And so when the form is submitted, you either create a new contact, but let's say, yeah, so, and the system will check either this contact is existent. If it is a new contact, yes, they fill out their first name, last name, but also they have the, do they have it here? No, they don't. Wait, companies, create company. Ah, yeah, sorry. We have the company field here in the form. So then we can create 2 records, company and contact. And the company and contact will be created if they do not exist in your system. If, for example, you already have a company already, yeah, but the contact is new, the contact record will be created, but it will be linked. You can see the contact record will be linked to the company. If both records, both of them, they exist, so then it means that we will update the existing contact and company records. They will be still linked together. We will not populate any duplicates. But for that, you also need to remember to set up in your workflow settings the conditions, like what to do if there is a possible duplicate created. So in this case, you can choose either update the existing records to discard the duplicates or to create them anyway. Like, I don't know, like what case can be if you need the duplicates, but sometimes it happens. But in any way. And then you also can create, let's say, the third record. It can be like a support ticket or an opportunity, a deal. So let's, like, if it's going to be completely new, because some companies, I know that in your cases, you have the flow where you need to create 3 records at once, right? So the opportunity will be created anyway, and it will be assigned the default value, let's say like the new or prospecting, etc., and assigned to by round robin to another manager. And so you would need to process it. If you go farther, yeah, you change the stage. If not, so you can just either delete the record or keep it as an archived. So, but in any case, I just want to make sure that you know that we can link, if you create a new record, you can link them to the related folder if they are related in real life. Yeah, because if we go to the contacts, so Brittany is related to the company over here, Schmidt. And if I go to the company, I scroll down, I see the 2 records, 2 deals related to it. So it will be either created anew or updated as a duplicate. Okay, and I already have some. Yeah. Next, number 3. Number 3 is filtering by macrosing the user field. So again, the trigger can be you create a new record in my case, deals folder. Then we have a condition. If sorry, I will just in edit mode so I can click on the buttons. If the filter responds to the related company, deal is related to a company, and the company's manager field is a macro as a manager, we can update again the deal with the company's manager. So basically it doesn't go by round robin assigning the deals the manager, like whatever it can be. It will assign the exact manager from the related company. So if you have an account manager of the company, so all of the future deals will be by default assigned to them. So, you know, you do not lose your, let's say, accounts. And the system does not assign it like radically. Okay, number 4. As you remember that in the triggers, we had only, we could trigger like any updates in the record. Yeah, so let's say the stage changes, yeah, like a particular change or whatever in the drop down value, and then you can make any actions like send an email, assign a task, or create a new record. Some of our clients, maybe this will be also useful for you. They wanted to trigger the tag field, but the tag field, it does have the values. You can assign multiple values to the record, but the problem was that we couldn't specify before what tag is assigned. Right now, right now, we will trigger a particular field in the folder contacts. The field is source, but we also specify the change, not just that there is an update, but there is also the new condition that the tag is assigned, not only becomes field. And then you can choose, which one, which tag has to be over there. And then what we can do, we can also update, like I just like the field manager, and so I update all of the managers. So again, you can just do any other actions like update a field, update a record, create a new record, or update a related record, generate a PDF, whatever like action you will find here, or send notifications either to chats like Slack and Google Chat, or maybe via email. So, you know, this is only a part of your imagination. So again, so we can trigger now by tags and specify the tags. Next, so it was 4. The workflow number 5. By the way, guys, so like I'm going to answer right now the question that somebody already asked. This is about the API calls, because we, as you saw, no, not here. I'm going just to create a new one. The API key over here. What we have, starting trigger, whatever becomes, whatever, it's not a trigger, sorry, it's an action. So whatever becomes like filled out by the API call, we make an API call to another tool. So before, we could only receive updates and do something like from another tool that you guys are using at the moment, and then do something in NetHunt. Right now, we can talk to the tool as well. So this is like two-way sync. So whatever happens in NetHunt, let's say, like a field update or a field is created or whatever. So we take that trigger and then we send all of that information, let's say with all of the fields, to your tool. What I'm showing right now is one of our managers. He created the API call that will be sending the information, like some kind of a notification to the Telegram. This is another messenger. Maybe you guys also heard, because not everybody's using it, but like just in our case, we made this API call. So every time something is updated in NetHunt, we send the information notification to Telegram channel that we also created. You can notify like this, like your clients. We also have a Telegram chat, by the way, for NetHunt. And so this way, if you have the developers on site and they're keen to, connect other tools, because right now what you could do is connect NetHunt to another tool, external one, through Zapier. Right now, you can also use this thing. It's not the easiest part of the integrations like before, but again, if you want to do this, and we can discuss it, and you don't have the developers, we can see like how we can help you. But again, this is just we also have the tutorials that you can check after when you will receive the recording of the webinar. You can check the articles that were written as well, and so like how to work it out, like what to do and what you will receive. And specifically how to work with the Telegram channel, but just if you want it. So because there is nothing really to talk about the tools, like how to connect them. I do not connect anything at the moment, but if you have something, let us know. Next one would be number 6. It's a PDF. I think a lot of people were waiting for this feature to be added. What it means, let's say you work with invoices, right? Everybody, I think, works with them. And you want to send out your designed invoices to your clients. So the trigger can be, let's say you update the deal or opportunity, or you already have the invoice folder as well, you want to keep it separately, not in the deal. So you change the stage, this will be the trigger. So when like the deal is paid or won, what we do next, we add the action generate PDF. There you go, right? This is how it is called. And then you need to insert the HTML of the template. We currently do not have any template generators, so no HTML generators. This also concerns the email campaigns because we support the HTML and you can generate it somewhere else in another tool. It can be MailChimp, it can be something else, and you can use their free version. Or what is like the best part is when you have a designer in place, and so you can just ask them, just, like tweak something for us. If you have this luxury, so use it, because this is what we did. And then you can see that this is actually the PDF. This is the HTML that we have. You just need to copy it, then paste it into the HTML code here. When you come back to the rich text, you get the picture like a newsletter, right? But it will be a PDF file. Here, you can also add up, sorry, again, you can also add up different macros. And what I mean is that the macro will be taken from your record. In my case, it is the deal. So I have the fields for price plan, for number of users, for deal amount, which is also like the formula, the invoice number. You can just go here, go to the deal, and this is what I'm taking the information from here. So I have like the group of fields that is for deal metrics, let's say, or whatever, calculations, whatever you name it. And whenever it is filled out and then I change the stage to 1, you can see that I have a new PDF generated. So this is the file. The file will be automatically generated like here and linked to the record, to the records timeline. Also, my next step would be, after this, would be to send an email to a client. So automatically, the client will get the PDF where you can also send just a little generic email. The PDF is taken from here, right, from this little button, and then it will be taken from the second step where you generated the PDF. It will be inserted, and then after you publish it and you activate it, just test the trigger, and then you will receive the same thing on the timeline as me. So 2 actions will be created, the PDF file and also the email. The email will be like this, my text and the invoice attached. This is like sometimes maybe you need to print out the records, because that was also like one of the questions beforehand. So you can also try using this as well. It's not as easy. Just I need to warn you guys, because you do need to have your own HTML template. We do not generate it, so you can just go to MailChimp and generate it, or another tool. So after that, you can work with it. We're going to improve it, no ETA. So I really hope that we can have the builders, and you can, it's just user-friendly builders. Right now, it's just the first step. And actually the action over here, you can see generate PDF, it's in beta. So it's not the final version, and let's hope that it will be updated very soon. Okay, it's just me protecting myself from all of the questions like how to do it, but like we will help you as much as we can. But right now, yeah, you can test it out, and if it's working for you, that's perfect. Okay, next, after the PDF, we go to this little update. What I wanted to show you is whenever you, let's say, close the deal, yeah, you want to notify your whole team that, okay, this manager closed the deal for this amount, and I don't know, let's celebrate, whatever. And also you can send it in the email, you can send it in the Slack channel, in the Google chat, whatever you use. I'm showing you the action, which is send an email to your team. By the way, do not forget that you can customize the email of the recipient. And so over here, yes, you can choose from the record, but also custom email address, because in NetHunt, what we have, when you guys are sending emails to sales or support or to info or whatever, like we have so many aliases. So my whole team, sales and customer success, they receive it, And so whoever is faster or whoever I assign the tasks, they will respond. But in this case, you can also play it, around the fact that the whole team can receive this email as an alias. And what you can include, well, the message, but also there is another macros that we add. This is the record link. So the deal that it becomes one, you can add a macros. If you scroll to the very bottom, record link. So when they receive it, they can click on this record link and they will be taken to this invoice or deal record. So very easy. And so I don't know, maybe they can leave a comment or something, or just to see like the history of closure. Okay. So this is about the the workflow. So like the major updates, I will go through them through questions later. Let me finish with the minor updates in the system. So the first one that I wanted to show you is that in the settings and in your preferences, if you scroll down, you can see this little option being added. So it means preview new record on auto creation, show new record preview. You remember where you can create the records, right? So it can be from email over here. If I go to my inbox, oh, by the way, what do I have? I have it off or on show. Yeah, so we show. If I click on the little guy here and I start creating the contact, the pop-up window will be here. So it means that I can basically update on the go something that before the creation, right? If I turn it off, so if I turn it off, I go to my inbox, Anastasia, and so I just create the new record. So it depends if you have, but again, this is in the case if you do not have the required fields. If you have the required fields, yeah, so you cannot create, this concerns a lot of team members. If you have sales, for example, they cannot create a new deal unless they have all of the details or certain details. So, you know, when you return to the deal, and so you have the empty fields, and the head of the department is like, okay, so what do we work with here? In case of the required fields, the pop-up window will be popping up in any case. But this concerns this. Also, the auto creation comes from the LinkedIn extension, the same. So it will work the same. Another one, what I wanted to show you is if you, not here, it's a bad idea. Go into company. If you have the related records to a record, I'm in the companies, but also here I have the section with all of the related deals to my company. And if I want to add the new one, the new deal, we will give you the suggestions of the recently updated records that already exist in the CRM. So, and specifically in the folder deals. If this is a completely new one, of course, you just create a new record, right? But if you worked in a deal and you're like, oh, okay, so I need to link it here in the company, you can just choose it from here. Again, something just like a little tiny improvement. Another one, share the URL of your record. Here, if you can see what I'm pointing at. So if you click on this little button, you will get the link to this record, and you can share it with your team members. And so if the team member is actually the user of NetHunt of your workspace, he will be taken to this record. Again, but do not forget that you can mention people, right? And so they will receive the notification via email that they need to do something here. But if you're chatting in the chat, so copy it. Lock for manual updates. So if we go to our deals, I want to show you a few tricks that we added. So first one would be close, like I chose close date. So you can choose any field, any in your structure, and then there will be these options added. So optional field, which is locked for manual updates. I locked the field date, meaning that here you can also have a little explanation why you need this option. Locking it, so it means that no one in your team can manually update the field, like add a new value or update it anew. So because this field, for example, what is linked to the automation, so like to a web form or to another tool, or maybe like linked to the update of another field, so you cannot manually do it. So in this case, you can log this field, and then when you go to deals and you find the close date, you see that I cannot do anything, and it shows the lock. So you can also, like, even if you just don't want your team to update it, you can just show them. So yeah, so basically you can lock it up. Another thing, what you can do is make sure that if we're talking about sales, if we're talking about the deals, so the deal has the stage and the deal has the reason lost, because you cannot win it all. But in this case, to make sure that your sales rep does not forget to fill out the close lost reason, you can manage this little automation in the field. So what we do, we have the field reason, and we have this option over here down below, required for stages. Yeah, so if you click on it and you choose the field stage, it will actually give you the fields, not only the stage field, but the fields that are of the drop down value, where you can choose one of the options. So I choose stage, and I choose to lock it, to log the, if the user is updating the deal to the last stage. So that it means that they will need to fill out the field reason and why. Let me show you. So where do you have? I have negotiating, for example, right? So I changed the negotiating to lost, and now I have a pop-up window to choose one of the reasons, or like right in mine. And so in this case, I have both. I have the lost reason and I already have the reason lost. So yeah, use it. It's, again, it's like one of the questions, like, yeah, how to make your team fill out all of the necessary fields and information. This is the way. Okay, for the tasks, what I wanted to update you. By the way, we are working on the tasks right now on the redesign, and so we will have a lot of things added, which everybody wants, because I believe that everybody uses tasks. So what we added, like, let me fill out something, and then, okay, it's for today. When you open a task that was assigned to you, or you assigned it to yourself, so we added some of the descriptions. We added it, so who created the task, because you can be assigned a task and then you're like, okay, who actually wanted it? You see who, you see the assignee, and you see the date when the task was created. That's it. And the last one that I wanted to point out is that, as you remember, that we have the integration with Zapier. Zapier is the tool that makes two or multiple tools talk to each other. Yeah, so you can connect it, I don't know, connect that MailChimp or another CRM system, or Trello, whatever you're using to NetHunt. And then, so we've been using Zapier, but we already launched the integration with another tool that is called Make. It's former Integromat. Maybe you've already used it because it was popular as well. Maybe not as popular as Zapier, but still everybody hears about this. So this is up to you which one to choose. We have pretty much the same documentation and all of those triggers and actions that are in Zapier, maybe more. This is up to you. Maybe you're already using Zapier, maybe Integromat, but I'm just showing that you can compare the pricing, you know, and the conditions. Okay. Next, what I wanted to go through is the questions from you guys before before the webinar. It's interesting. Again, I need to ask for permission. Just a moment. Okay, just a little second. Somehow it doesn't show me stuff. Why? Yes, got it. Okay. questions from you guys. So if I'm reading your question and I need more information, please write it down in the chat. The first one is HTML and email campaigns. So that was the question, and I believe that you're just curious about HTML and the email campaigns. I will just walk you through, guys, real quickly, like what we have. So we do support HTML code for all of the email campaigns, and we have the one-time email campaigns, right? And we also have workflows where you can automate the sequence of email campaigns. In both, we have the possibility to create a campaign and insert, so many warnings, and insert the HTML code. I already have like one of the templates. By the way, do not forget to use the templates if it is a recurrent. Okay, Taz, thank you for it. Is it a good one? No, it's not. This HTML template. Yeah. So when you insert it from any other external source, so then you can send it out, and it will be sent out as a newsletter or a PDF. And that's it. So again, we didn't have the builder, but we support the code. Next question. Is there a database available already that we can pay for and use when we do our marketing and advertising? So here I will be just saying that, first of all, no, we do not sell any databases because that's not nice. I don't know. I do not believe in that kind of business, but a lot of people, they actually do this. If you do need this, I don't know, refer to someone else. I get a lot of spam to buy the database of the CRM users of Salesforce, Pipedrive, Streak, whatever. We're not going to do this because it can harm actually your deliverability and actually like your performance and stuff. And you know, I don't believe in these things, and you will get a huge spam rate, and you will be locked, not by us, but by Google and by other domain services. So don't do this. If you need leads, work out on your marketing strategy, how to acquire them, do more marketing, like hire a lead generator, but don't do this, okay? Hopefully, well, don't want to sound bad. Next one, next question. I'm going to read it out loud. Creating a new contact in the contact record, it's changed and it's less convenient. So let's go to the contacts. You have to create a new contact in the related records field first, then you can add them to the contact field of the client record. You used to be able to create a new contact in the contact field. So this is a little bit like the person who left this comment. If you want to clarify this, please let me know, just because I cannot really understand like what it was. But again, the thing is, as far as I understand, when you create like the client and the contact, so it can be contact and the company, or just, you know, the client. So when you go to the company's folder and the record, you do not have the link to the contact over here. We only have one link, and it's here. The contact is related record. In order to make this relation, right, what do? You go to the contact record, and then you establish this link. So this is the physical field, which is link to the folder. So from contact, we refer to the company that this contact works for. Just because, like, why we do one way. So here, if I scroll down, I do not have the related company. The company is here. But when I go to the company, I have a lot of related contacts. Why we do this? Just because the company might have multiple contacts, like multiple deals, whereas contact can work, let's say, only for one company, mainly. So if you want to, for example, add the contact to the company, and the company is existing, so you just go to the company, scroll down, and you add a new contact. Or if it's a new contact that you create from anywhere. Bad example. It already exists. Okay, this girl. So if we, for example, oh, sorry. Yeah, remember that I turned off the ability to choose the company from. But again, if you auto created and we spot that this person already has the linked company, yeah, but this is a new contact, we will suggest you to link it to this company. If this is new, it will create a new based on the domain part. If you're just doing this manually, like here, so you can already click on the company and choose from the existing one, like this. So this is only one click, well, a few, but it's only one relation. So if you have something to add or there's another use case, please let us know either in the chat or maybe in the email. Okay, another question would be limits on volume of contacts for bulk email campaigns. Is this our system or yours? We use NetHunt to keep our current contacts up to date with business development, and our database is growing, so this becoming a problem. Anyways, guys, so we have multiple ways to send out email campaigns. I mean, multiple tools, but also the limitations. How many emails you can send per day? If you're using only Gmail, yeah, you do not use the SMTP. So then there are limitations. First, if this is just a free account like mine over here, which is like just gmail.com, so it means that per 24 hours, I can send out what, like 500 emails. But this is not only the campaigns. If I respond to an email, if I compose a single email, it's also counted towards the quota. And then it resets in 24 hours. It doesn't mean that if I send out any like a campaign right now, so tomorrow at 6 a.m. I can send out like another batch. No, 24 hours. Remember, if you are a G Suite user, so you have a paid account, Google Workspace, the limitations, I mean, Google has different types of limitations based on so many criteria, but mainly it is up to 2,000, 2,500, like either 2,000 or 2,500 emails per 24 hours for one user. So if you have a team of 5 users, you can kind of make batches, and so like I send like 500, you send like another 500, etc. So you can bypass it, because using Gmail to send out email campaigns is like one of the best, I think, ways. One of the, it's not the best, but one of, because they filter a lot of things, and they make sure that your deliverability is up to date and it's almost perfect. Another way of sending the email campaigns is, let me show you, over here, send email as. So since I have the demo account, which is on trial, you have the 2 options to send out email campaigns. Either Gmail, this is what I told you about just now about the limitations. Also add a custom SMTP. So a custom SMTP is another server that you can go to, like SendGrid, for example. Yeah, so they just sell the domain, and then they can, and they also have the limitations per day, per 24 hours, whatever, how many you can send out using their service. So you can, this is kind of a trick, yeah, to bypass the limitations. You can choose this. Another way, when you upgrade, you get the NetHunt SMTP. So we already introduce you to like with the SMTP that you can use. It's currently not paid for. I mean, you do not pay extra, so you can use it, but it's only available on the business and advanced plans, so not on basic. But on basic, you can use the custom SMTP if you want. So depends on the pricing, depends on whatever you're looking for. So yeah. Another question. Searching tasks and email campaigns. It would be good if we were able to search tasks on keywords, wildcards, also email campaigns, the same would be helpful. So what it means, when you go to the tasks, I have only like, at least 5. So I totally understand your pain. So if you have like multiple, but you remember like a little, like a keyword of the task that you had or created, but you cannot remember like when. So yeah, the search bar here would be perfect, and it will be. So don't worry, the tasks are coming and they will be a lot better. About the email campaigns over here. Good, I will, I've added this request to to the requests from the clients. And so tomorrow we will be discussing it with the team. And so we'll see how fast we can do it. Okay, another question was about the API calls. I think I've answered that, but if you have more, you know where to find me. The next question would be communication track best practices and Airtable integration flows. So we do not have the integration with Airtable. Flows, I mean, like also like the automation. This is what the person meant. Again, what kind of automation you have there, and you cannot recreate it in NetHunt. Why do you use both tools? Because again, guys, it's good to have everything connected. You can have various explanations, right, and reasons why you maintain and use multiple tools. If you cannot merge everything into one, so then we can talk about like, okay, why? I mean, you have other teams or maybe pricing or maybe something else, or just used to another tool and you just want to connect it to NetHunt. So yeah, this is another topic. Communication track best practices. Well, what are the channels of communication in your team? So like with your clients. So is it only about the emailing, or is it also about the like chats, like messengers? Because we have the integration with Facebook chat, and we also have the intercom, and some more are coming, like WhatsApp. I don't know when, no ETA, but we're looking into this. Emailing is one of the key things in NetHunt. So like everything is linked to the record, right? So basically like all of the emails, either you're part of it or not, it will be linked. Oh, come on, internet. Yeah, it will be linked here to the timeline, and everybody who has the access to the record, they will be able to see this, the emails linked. Also depends on the privacy. If you have private or public email option on, so maybe some of you will not be able to see what the email was about. But so everything is stored automatically. You cannot like, you can also see the last interaction date of all of your contacts. Yeah, because there is a statistic field that tracks it. It's either the email only, or maybe you include something more to this field. So what I mean, if I go to this field, this is a statistic field, last interaction date. And by interaction, this is what we mean: last email received, sent, about the calendar event, call log, comment, and file added. If this is considered like, or maybe either of them considered as the communication with you, and you want to track when was the last one, just because maybe you want to reach out to your current clients, and so you need to filter them out by like, okay, so show me everybody that I haven't talked to within like 6 months or whatever. You can use this field. But again, I would need to hear more about your case. And if you guys have good use cases and you want to improve your communication with clients, so let's talk about it. Maybe we can actually make another webinar on this. Yeah, good. Interesting question. How to customize without getting so frustrated? The answer is like, don't get frustrated. You know, the funny part, there's a joke, like internal joke, when I don't know, like 5 years ago at the company, there was a bug. We don't have bugs mainly, but there was a bug that something was not scrolling down, right? So like you go, let's say you open a folder, and so like nothing scrolls down. So I came up to my developer and I was like, okay, so nothing is scrolling down. So the solution is like, so don't scroll down. So don't get frustrated. But again, if you get frustrated, if you cannot handle it on your own, I totally get it. CRM system is not a piece of cake, and so it's not only one button. And especially if you're dealing with multiple tools, in that case, just reach out to us and we will ease your pain, because sometimes you cannot even know that the solution is like over here, or maybe you don't even know like what you need to set up, because there are cases like this. And so if you're a total newbie, just call sales team and customer success team. Okay, and the last one was about the workflows, but it was just the word workflow. So I can talk about workflows a lot, but it all depends on what you want to achieve. So we are going to also think about a list of a sequence of different webinars on different use cases. And then maybe we will cover something that you have in mind. But if you have something already, just send it to us, and then maybe we will include it also to the webinars. Okay, so that was it about my presentation and plus your questions beforehand. I have two questions here from David and Randy. So the first question from David is, has the NetHunt integration with Microsoft 365 been released yet? And the answer is no, not yet, not yet. I cannot even tell you when we're going to do this. So right now it's here, but are you planning to move to Microsoft 365, or you're just asking, or you haven't been using NetHunt? So let me know. Another question is from Randy. Is there a way to limit the number of emails or workflows a contact can receive in a period of time? I'm trying to avoid having the same contact receive multiple workflows if they happen to be tagged, labeled in multiple prospect workflow campaigns. Interesting. So, but like, what is the trigger? It depends on the trigger. Like right now, you cannot limit anyone. I don't even know how you can do this, but because how to do it on the UI, it's either on the record wise, or maybe it will be on the workflow, but again, it will be just like a huge drop down just to exclude someone from the workflow. But again, it depends on the triggers. So like whenever you create a trigger, so make sure that the trigger is always unique. Use a lot of filters just for your sake. So if you're using different campaigns, but I as far as I understand, you're using it for like, different tags. So it can be the same tag, but what's the case? You just don't want, like, for example, me, yeah, I'm in your sequence. So you just don't want me to receive this particular email. So yeah, please specify. Interesting. Another question is from Billy. Workflow triggers to start a workflow or have a workflow assign a task to someone. Yeah. And so yeah, so workflow triggers to start a workflow and then assign a task to someone. So okay, that's an action. Or something's not working, Billy. Like if we have one of the workflows, we go, can I use something that I already have? Trigger. Oh yeah, I will take this one. So basically we have a trigger. Yeah, we have a trigger like any trigger. Then we have another action to assign a manager, and then you can add another one, which is assign a task, right? Where is this? Oh, sorry, it's an action. Assign, create a task, and there you go. Oh, a better way to ask would be, is there a way to test the trigger? Yeah, basically, you can create like a trigger. You can, for test, we do not have like the same test button as in email campaigns, but what you can do is mainly if the trigger is like, let's say, a tag or a checkbox. So you just create a record that will be will be just for test purposes. It can be you, your personal email, whatever, like a contact. And so you just fill it out, like you trigger this contact, and then you see like how the actions are being performed. So like create a task or create a new record, etc. So like basically you only trigger one record. Do not bulk update anything. So just trigger one record and see how it goes. You can also, for the test purposes, you can also like, well, it depends on the steps, how many you have in the workflow, because to recreate it, however you can update the folder. But you can create just a folder where you will have like one or two records, and then you will be just triggering them to test if it's something super important you don't want to fail. So do this. Maybe guys, if you're testing, like how are you testing all of your workflows right now, so you can share your experience in the chat. Did something fail, Billy? Tell me. Okay. Okay, guys. So time. Oh, almost an hour. So, chicos, oh, we have quite of an audience. So, guys, just ask your questions. There are delays between the actions. So like delays, of course, they will be. It depends, like if you actually, if you add a delay, because we also have this helper, yeah, wait for time. Yeah, and so you add a little delay. If you have this, so then it's credible. This is normal. Why it waits? But in any case, the workflows are not instant, so you just need to wait. And so because they need to work it out and then just go 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 go. But it's just it happens within seconds, not like minutes or something. But if you notice that it doesn't trigger another action, or the waiting time is huge, so then we need to check it on the back end. But just so you know, when you trigger something, do not expect the action to be like this. Just give it a few seconds and then refresh the page. Sometimes you need to refresh it twice. Yeah, Zapier does the same, so it doesn't update in like instantly. So that's why I would like to test a feature to test the trigger when doing a workflow with several delays, some or several days. So, okay, cool. So in this case, just if you have the, if you need to add different delays on purpose and they take longer, just create a new folder for test and just see how it goes. And that's it. And then you can basically copy the workflow or update the workflow. Yeah, you can copy it or update, where you will update the folder. Like now it's not deals, but this will be a change in the folder context, whatever. And so then you will just tweak something like, the fields and whatever, like what you need to be updated in the workflow, but the structure of the workflow will be already there. So yeah, my advice is to create another folder. Okay. Okay, great, Billy. But then, oh, we've been talking lately, right? So we can you later then send me the use case? Because yeah, again, guys, every webinar I'm asking you to send me something, so then we can just like deliver other webinars, because we're just struggling sometimes with the topics. There's there's a lot to talk about, but sometimes it's not enough. Okay, guys, we're almost running out of time. So you let me know if you have other questions. I'll be waiting. And then I will be leaving. Because it's amazing weather in Vienna. Okay. All good, all good. If someone's typing, so I will give just the chance. But and how do you like all of the new updates? Thank you, Brian. You too. Oh, Jan, hey. Thank you. Yeah, Billy's saying, because I think nobody can see everything. So that they love everything so far, but there's not enough time to work with. Yeah, I totally on the same page. Someday I will make the academy where you will be able just to look through all of the videos, all of the tutorials that we already have, and set it up for your business. So that's why, like, if you have something particular in your head, what you want to achieve, or maybe what you've done before with another tool. So yeah, just send it to us, email, schedule a call, or chat. Good. Okay, chicos. So I think I will be just wrapping it up, and yep. and see you soon. I think, by the way, a little update. Not sure if we're going to deliver the same AMA session like next month or August. August is the dad month. Like you're okay, not America, but Europe for sure. So like in Europe, people like to, spend time on vacation, but in America, you guys are working like hell. Anyway, so we either see each other next month or already in September. Okay. So in any case, I wish you all a very good day, evening, night, whatever, wherever you are, and see you next time, and also in email and other channels. Okay. Have a good one. Bye-bye. And you will get all of the details and the recording. See you guys. Ciao, ciao.